A colleague asked yesterday if the late David Stern would have allowed the Lakers sale to be announced and the Kevin Durant trade to happen during the NBA Finals. David Stern loved to avoid any other news during the playoffs, so it was a good question because especially when hours away from the first Game 7 for the NBA in years, all anyone was talking about leading up to it was the Durant trade. And this is your morning Buzzcast for Monday, June 23rd. I'm Abe Madkour, and speaking of the NBA, congratulations to Clay Bennett, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the entire organization for winning the NBA title Sunday night in a Game 7 win over the Pacers. What a run for the Thunder, who followed up a 56-win season last year with 68 regular season wins this year. And that is one of the 7 best single-season marks in NBA history. Overall, the Thunder won 84 games between the regular season and the playoffs. They tied the 96-97 Bulls for third most in any season. So this team is strong. What a job by general manager Sam Presti, who is clearly among the top in the game. Since arriving in Oklahoma City in 2008, the Thunder have the second most regular season victories behind only the Celtics and the 5th most postseason victories. And now they bring an NBA title to one of the NBA's smallest markets. And their win continues an unprecedented run of parity in the NBA. Just look at this. The Thunder are the 9th franchise to win a title in NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's 12 seasons. That's impressive. A lot of parity in the NBA, a lot of different winners. Now you can add the Oklahoma City Thunder to that list. Moving on, some of my colleagues took in the Club World Cup match here in Charlotte on Sunday as Real Madrid won on a hot, steamy Sunday afternoon, played before more than 70,000 fans at Bank of America Stadium, overwhelmingly fans in support of Real Madrid. This was the first of 4 Club World Cup matches that will be played this month in Charlotte. And FIFA must have loved that turnout, as the more than 70,000 fans Sunday was the second most for any game in the Club World Cup so far. Last week at the Rose Bowl, there were more than 80,000 fans, and attendance of the matches seems to be the biggest storyline on the business side of the Club World Cup so far. And I'm also sure FIFA was pleased to see Bayern Munich win in front of more than 63,000 fans at Hard Rock Stadium. That was Friday night, and that was the first sellout crowd so far in the Club World Cup. But there were some other good numbers. There was more than 57,000 at the Rose Bowl over the weekend. You had more than 25,000 at Lumen Field in Seattle and about 29,000 at MetLife Stadium. So the Club World Cup continues, and all of this comes as FIFA President Gianni Infantino said over the weekend that soccer has the potential to soon be the #1 sport in America, and he called for the introduction of promotion and relegation in U.S. soccer. So some interesting comments there. We'll continue to watch the Club World Cup. We noted on Friday's Buzzcast how ICE officials went to Dodger Stadium on Thursday, and the Dodgers did not grant them access to the grounds. And it's been a difficult, tense time, of course, in Los Angeles, but certainly around the Dodgers. They have had a lot of attention. And the team over the weekend, or late Friday, committed $1 million toward assistance for families of immigrants affected by the events in Los Angeles. And they outlined plans for further initiatives that will be unveiled shortly. So this $1 million commitment from the Dodgers is the team's first public response to the immigration situation that has swept through Los Angeles over the last couple of weeks. The team has been criticized locally for not taking more of a public stand against the ICE raids in Los Angeles. Now the team steps up with $1 million in assistance for families of immigrants affected by the events in the city. They say more will be coming, but certainly a spotlight on the Dodgers over this last week or two. There have been a lot of changes in the leadership ranks of sports teams in the Minneapolis-St. Paul region. And the latest news came Friday when T-Wolves and Lynx CEO Ethan Casson and COO Ryan Tanke announced that they are stepping down from their roles. That will be the biggest front office change so far as the organization enters a new era. Under new ownership, of course, Alex Rodriguez, Mark Lore taking over for Glenn Taylor. Now, Ethan Casson, Ryan Tanke, very well-regarded leaders. They have spent more than 20 years combined with the organization. They announced their move in a joint letter sent to staff Friday afternoon, and their tenures will end when the deal officially closes. Neither announced plans for where they will go next, but again, these are good, strong executives who will not be on the sidelines for long, as they've done a lot of good things on the business side at that organization. And their departure comes after John Penhallow left the Vikings as chief revenue officer for the Las Vegas Golden Knights last week. Remember, the Sabres have hired Jake Vernon as their new chief commercial officer, and Vernon previously worked at the T-Wolves and the Lynx in various sales and commercial roles for 12 years, most recently as chief sales officer. So again, some changes on the executive ranks on the business side for the T-Wolves, the Lynx, and the Vikings. Let's end with some quick hitters. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred, he will be among the dignitaries in attendance at the A's Las Vegas ballpark groundbreaking ceremony today, Monday. The ceremony at the former Tropicana Hotel site. There will be a number of members of A's ownership, team executives, alumni, Nevada political leaders will be there. Now, work's already occurring on the ballpark site, so this event will really be a formal celebration of where they are. They expect foundational work to begin on the ballpark in July. That's when you'll be able to see some noticeable progress of the ballpark being built right on the Las Vegas Strip. And finally, kudos again to Arthur Blank. We seem to say this a lot on the Buzzcast. Arthur Blank continues to be such a leader in sports. Over the weekend, he made a $10 million grant through his family foundation to the First Tee program. And that brings the total of grants from Arthur Blank to more than $25 million to the First Tee. That, of course, teaches golf to children and youth throughout the country. This grant will be used to reach more young golfers across the United States and also strengthen the curriculum and the program for teen golfers. But Arthur Blank continues to donate quite a bit to the First Tee, the latest, a $10 million grant through his family foundation. And so that is your Morning Buzzcast for Monday, June 23rd. I'm Abe Madkour. Thanks for listening. Stay healthy. Be good to each other. I'll speak to you tomorrow.